Bosses start somewhere.
Tune in weekly to bossesstartsomewhere.com to hear real, raw, inspiring creatives discuss how it all began for them.
Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in to the second episode of Bosses Start Somewhere, hosted by your girl, Riley Brooke Stith. And firstly, I want to start off by sending a huge thank you to everyone who supported my first episode last week. This process has been so vulnerable for me, you guys. It's new, it's fresh. I've never done anything like this before, so all of the love and all of the support means so much to me, so thank you. I also want to shout out Eric Nelson. Thank you again for dropping by last week and dropping those major gems. You really helped some actors out with that self-tape advice, so thank you again for that. And lastly, I want to introduce a new part of the show that I'm going to be doing each week called Boss Moves. Boss Moves takes after my blog on bossesstartsomewhere.com, where I highlight some really cool, innovative things happening in culture today. So let's jump right into the Boss Moves of this week. I recently read a story on money.cnn.com where Lamborghini is apparently teaming up with engineers from MIT to create a new all-electric supercar that won't have batteries. Wow. According to Lamborghini's head of research and development, he says it could be years, if ever, before scientists from MIT and Lamborghini, which is part of the Volkswagen Group, can overcome the downsides. But the effort would be worth it. At the moment, we are really optimistic, he said. That sounds like a story I want to follow. I definitely want to keep an eye out for that. The second story I want to highlight, which is a major boss move, is Jen Rubio. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the Away luggage, but she is one of the co-founders of Away. And again, according to money.cnn.com, she got the idea for a more thoughtful piece of luggage after she went through a travel mishap on a trip to Switzerland where her suitcase broke. Apparently, she had to find straps and tape to tape everything together to keep her trip going. So she teams up with a former coworker at Warby Parker, Stephanie Corey, and they saw an untapped market to create affordable, durable hardshell suitcases with wheels and a built-in battery pack for charging electronics. Their luggage ranges from $225 for a small carry-on to $295 for a large suitcase. Wow. Another story that I love, and I'm definitely going to grab my Away bag. Travel goers, grab yours too. Stay tuned for the interview ahead. I am so excited for our guest. Beyonce lovers, you're going to want to hear this. It's your girl, Riley Brooke Stith. We'll be right back. Stay bossy. Bosses start somewhere. Hey guys, welcome back to Bosses Start Somewhere. It's your girl Riley Brooke Stith, and today is very special because one of my friends that I've known since my high school days is on the show. She's worked with Usher, Neo, Ciara, Tina Turner, among so many other artists. She's a dancer, a choreographer, an actress, a model, and of course, she's best known as Beyonce's lead dancer and dance captain. So I would love to give a warm welcome to Ashley Everett.
Ooh, thanks. That was very nice. You made me sound good.
No, girl. I'm just so happy to have you on the show, honestly.
I'm just happy to talk to you, girl. It's been forever.
I know. It's been so long, and I'm so glad we're able to catch up right now. So let's just jump on in. I want to tell you a little bit about why I created Bosses Start Somewhere. I wanted to create a space for inspirational creatives to come on and talk about how it all began for them.
That's dope. I love it.
Appreciate that, girl. So for you, how did your dance career begin?
Oh my gosh. I mean, well, first of all, I've been dancing since I was 2. Like,
Damn.
basically right out the womb. You know? My mom used to dance and stuff, so she was like, I'm going to put my baby girl in ballet class. And I just happened to love it. Like, I was so determined to, like, be better, like, be great at it and just work hard.
Right.
And I was that little girl in class who was like so focused, and like I really loved it, and I happened to be like decent at it
Yeah.
at a young age. So, you know, obviously ballet turned into jazz and hip hop, and I went to competitions and I did like all that stuff too. So I didn't just do one style ever my whole life.
Right.
And then, you know, dance eventually moved me to New York as well.
Crazy.
And that's where I met you.
Yes.
That's when we went to high school together.
I know. It's so crazy to think back. Like, what? That's like.
I know. It's
nuts.
super crazy. I missed my whole 10-year anniversary too.
I actually missed
this year.
everything. I haven't been back.
I
Since
haven't either. I've missed
Yeah.
every single thing. Like, as soon as I left there, I haven't looked back.
It's crazy. You've been like so blessed.
You too, girl.
Oh my God. Thank you. But honestly, man, like it's just, I just believe in following your dreams and your passion, and no matter what, like just don't stop. You know, I'm sure you can say the same.
And I think it's super important, like, no matter what you're doing, like,
Yeah.
even if you work at McDonald's, like, be passionate about it, like, love it, you know, like, if you don't love what you're
Absolutely.
doing, you're not doing the right thing.
Absolutely. You know, it's so funny you say that because Eric Nelson spoke about that last week in our interview. He said, if you don't love it, don't do it. And I think it's so true. I mean, we really have to focus on the things that we love to do instead of the things that bring us that temporary success. But I really want to jump into your story, Ashley. How did it all begin for you, dancing with Beyonce and eventually working with these amazing artists?
Okay, so I was training at Alvin Ailey at the time.
Okay.
This is senior year of high school.
Crazy.
I'm not gonna say what year because no, I'm kidding. No, it was like 10 years ago.
Right. I can't.
But I met Frank, her choreographer at the time, Frank Gatson,
Right.
in a hallway, and he was rehearsing with her. He's like, he just stopped me. He literally stopped me based on my look.
Wow.
He was like, "Hey, you're very pretty. Do you do other things more than ballet and modern?" Because I was in my leotard and tights about to go to like ballet class or something. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I do everything. I do hip hop, I do jazz, I do flamenco, like whatever you want me to do, I do it. I do it."
Yeah,
I do it all.
Yeah.
And he brought me into rehearsal. She was rehearsing Deja Vu when she like performed it at Radio City for, I forget what award show it was, but she wore like that little banana skirt and stuff. It was like the whole thing. And so she was rehearsing for that. And he brought me in. He's like, "Hey, oh yeah, I'm doing this rehearsal. Come on in. Let me introduce you to someone."
Oh my God.
Someone was Beyonce. Okay.
So crazy.
I was like, "Can I hug you?" And she was like,
Right.
"I'm sweaty. I'm gross." And I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, do you think I care?
Right. Like,
And
come on.
Exactly. So I met her then and went into the rehearsal, and then he was like, "Yeah, let me take your information in case I have any jobs, whatever." And I was like, "Great, cool." Of course, never heard from him because It's not shocking. It's not shocking at all. He had never even seen me dance. Like, I could have been terrible.
Right.
I could have been terrible, you know?
Of course. But you're not. That's
I mean, luckily, I'm
luckily,
not.
you have skill. No,
A little bit of skill.
Shut
a little
up.
bit of skill and training under my belt.
Honestly, I just have to say that's the one thing I do love about you is your level of humility always. So I just have to share that with my listeners.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so keep going. So he never called.
So he never called, yeah. And cut to like 3 months later, she's having auditions for like a tour and videos and all that. And again, my mom has like made me and been, my parents alone have been like definitely like the biggest supporters of my entire career. Like, without them, I don't know where I'd be. Yeah. And my mom was like, "Just go to the audition, go to the audition." I was like, "Oh, I don't know." And she was like, "Just do it. Just go for fun even." I was like, "Okay, fine, whatever." I like cut lines with friends, and I still waited 3 hours, which was insane. The lines were like down the block, around the corner, like all the way to Times Square, and the audition was on like 57th Street. So you do the math.
Yeah. But
then I auditioned, and he recognized me. He remembered me. He was like, "I met you before. We met at Alvin Ailey, right?" I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Can't believe you remember that.
Yeah.
I really didn't expect that.
That's crazy.
And then he kept me throughout the audition, through the cuts and everything. And then she ended up coming, and that was their first time seeing me dance.
Mm-hmm.
So I made it through all the cuts and stuff. And then I get a call, and they're like, would you be willing to do some videos in LA? And I'm like, yes, I'd love to miss school for sure.
Right.
Let's go. And that was like when I first went missing from school.
Literally.
And then,
went missing.
went missing. Everyone was like, does she still go here?
I know. Like, wait, what happened to Ashley though?
Exactly. I was like, I'm out of here.
It's so crazy because it's like your life took off after that with Beyonce.
Yeah, it was like, it never stopped. Remember, I was supposed to go to Juilliard and everything?
I know. So yeah, tell us that. So you had a whole plan for college, the whole nine.
Yeah. Yeah, well, so around the same time that I like started working with her, obviously I was like a senior in high school, so I was auditioning for colleges because I was gonna dance in college, like.
Right.
And Juilliard was always a dream of mine.
Wow.
Also, remember the movie?
Center Stage?
No, Center Stage. Oh my God, yeah, I know like every line of that. Center Stage and Save the Last Dance.
Oh, that was
like
my movie.
Both of them.
Yes, girl.
Yeah, those were like, I was like, that's.
Oh, that's right, because Center Stage was ABT, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Or they were trying to make it like ABT or something.
Yeah, they called it something else.
ABC.
ABC. Yeah. But same thing. We get it. Yeah. So I had been auditioning for colleges and stuff, and I got accepted to Juilliard, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a dream come true. Amazing. They only accept like 12 people. So I don't even know. Jeez. 12 or 16 out of the entire world.
Yeah.
One of those people. The entire world, not like America, like the whole world. And I was one of them. I couldn't believe it. And I was enrolled and ready to go. And tour got extended. This is my first tour that I was on with her. It was supposed to stop like September 1st or something, and school was supposed to start like the 7th. Wow. So I was like, oh great, it's perfect. Like, tour ends, and then I'll just go to Juilliard, whatever. Like, yeah,
meanwhile,
doing stuff to both worlds.
Right.
And then they were like, oh, we're extending tour by like 2 months.
Wow.
Only 2 months. Only 2 more months of work, guaranteed. And I was like, oh, what do I do? Do I quit? Do I quit the tour and go to school, or do I bail on school and take a risk? Dance with Beyonce for 2 more months and then take a risk on like what the rest of my career is going to be like,
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, it's super real. But clearly we all know what I chose.
Right.
And not that I like regret it, but I'm like, I wonder what my life would have been like had I ended up going to Juilliard. And, I just don't know. I'd probably be in a company versus being like a commercial dancer.
Right.
I'd probably be like in the concert world, but I don't know. I don't regret it at all. But, I of course wonder like, what if I would have?
Which is so amazing because both of those decisions are life-changing decisions. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
So crazy. You've had so much going on in your life. And oh my gosh, congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you.
Like, hold up. You're getting married. Let's be clear.
I know.
I'm like, your start. I'm like, hold on. You're about to start a new life right now.
Yeah, that's a whole little chapter. And let me just also add to that. I realized once we got engaged, everyone's like, when's the date? Da-da-da, what kind of dress do you want? And I was like, oh, these are things I never actually thought about. Like, apparently I was not that little girl who, like, knew exactly what I wanted for my wedding. I knew I wanted a wedding, but I didn't know these decisions down to, like, flowers and colors. And, like, I'm just like, oh, no, I just know what I like.
Exactly.
Like, I know what's pretty, but these decisions are a lot. Like, it's a lot. It's stressful.
Are you so excited? Can we talk about that moment? Like, what the hell was that? That was like...
It was insane. First of all, they added that song back in literally only for me. Like, or for us. For that.
So amazing.
For that. And so we, like, rehearsed it earlier that day. And we were like... Everyone was like, why are we adding it in now? Like, this is weird. But whatever. Like, things are always changing, so whatever. It wasn't, like, that big of a deal. And then, so we had planned it like a fan or someone was going to come up. Like we had performed that before, and fans came up and danced with her, and it was like about the fans. And so when we're doing the show, so when we're doing the show, like, you know, I'm expecting someone to come up, of course, like, but assuming it's going to be a fan, like, I don't know, girl, guy, whatever. So I look over, and when I see John walk up, I'm like, wait, clearly he's not coming up to do the dance. Like, he's not going to do all the single ladies with me. Like, out here. So I'm like, all right, what's going on? What is happening? And then I'm like stuck in between, like, wait, oh my God, is it happening? Or also being like, no, girl, don't get your hopes up, and be like, you know, embarrass yourself. Like, oh, I thought he was going to propose and he didn't, kind of thing. But he did. And then I was also like so thrown off because I just felt like it was like a mashup and like a mix between my personal life and my professional life, you know? So when I'm on stage, like, I'm a different person. I'm like performing. I'm in performance mode. I'm in character. I'm in it, you know? And then like compared to the girl that you know and the girl that John knows and the girl that's at home with her hair tied up and sweatpants looking a mess, you know? So I was like, oh my gosh, like,
it's a lot of pressure. I mean, I woke up on Twitter and I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, wait, what? I was like, this is incredible, but I can only imagine, like, as you're saying, what that feels like, because you're like, oh, I'm so excited, but oh my God, it's so overwhelming, and then the world's talking about it, and
it was so overwhelming. And then even afterwards, like, we were both overwhelmed. Our phones, literally, like, I had to like turn it off. I couldn't respond to people for like 3 days. I was like, it's a lot right now. It's a lot, guys.
Have you been able to really enjoy the engagement yet? Have you had, you know?
Yeah, we've enjoyed our engagement. We just hit our like 1 year mark, and everyone's like, when's the date? And we're like, okay, now we're going to like really plan stuff. Because I don't know how people get married in like a year. Ours was so like public too. So like we like rode that high wave. It was like a solid 6 months of like super high, you know, like it's just a lot. Like it felt like it had happened yesterday. Yeah. So now we're like, okay, let's really start planning for real. I'm super excited. It's gonna be fun. But you know, if you don't know anything about John is all about epicness and doing something different. So
I've only met John. I think the last time I actually met John was when you guys first started dating, and you were like, oh, he's the guy
in New York.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. It's so crazy.
Which was like so long ago.
I am so glad you guys are doing well. Now, are you working on any workshops right now?
I'm teaching a lot. I'm doing a lot of workshops.
Amazing.
And like appearances. I've been doing like beauty conferences and stuff, which is cool, and women conferences, just talking about personal confidence and beauty and all that stuff. I did my first like acting thing.
Oh my God.
Well, I did like a little short film a couple weeks ago in Chicago.
Yeah. How did you like it?
It was fun. It was super fun. I was like, this is nice not to like break a sweat or break my back, you know?
But you were doing some acting on Hit the Floor. Oh, but you were dancing too, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but I was dancing also. Like I was hired as a dancer, and then we all acted too. But
do you ever get tired of just dancing?
I still love dancing. So you know, as soon as I like lose my passion for it, I probably won't be doing it anymore. You know,
right.
I still love dance. Like
that's so good.
Art. But of course, sometimes I get tired of like certain jobs. They like will overwork you. You know,
right?
You're just like, oh, I'm tired. Like,
right.
Why do we have to rehearse
again
15 hours?
Right.
Yeah.
I know your story will inspire so many people. Ashley, what can you leave them with? A new dancer, you know, following her dreams or his dreams. What kind of advice could you give them?
Follow your dreams, number one. If your heart is calling for it, follow it. Like try, you know? And some people try and then they're like, oh, this isn't for me. And that's okay. At least you tried. And then some people try and fail, which we all do. We all get 10 no's before that one yes. Like, don't worry. You're not the only one.
Yeah,
We've all gotten it.
Very true.
So don't let that like discourage you. You know, they just make you stronger. They make you have work ethic, and then once you get like those yeses, then you can really truly shine. Like,
Amen.
so just follow it as long as you're passionate about it and love it. Like, keep going, keep trying.
You can say that again. I really appreciate you again coming on Bosses Start Somewhere. It's been such a good talk.
Thanks, girl.
And tell us where, everyone can find you for those who don't know Ashley Everett. If you don't know her, you need to step your game up. But just drop it for us so we have it.
Yeah, well, I have a website, ashleyeverett.com, and then social media handles are Ashley CM Everett, not Mick Everett. Some people call me Ashley Mick Everett, but it's my initials, like my middle name, which I have two, which is Krisha Marie. Hey. So it's CM Everett.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again, Ashley, for stopping by BSSW and sharing your start with us.
Of course. Congrats on everything, girl. I love you.
I love you. Thank you guys for tuning in to Bosses Start Somewhere. This is Riley Brookstith. Stay bossy.